worry more if there's any difference.
Okay, guys, welcome to my show.
Do you want us to move forward?
Well, you can stand there if you want. So how we all keeping? We all alright?
Yeah.
Cool. This show's called Lateef Lovejoy, the Anecdotes of a Loveprince. I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff that I'm going through in my life, stuff that I've done in my career, and stuff that I'm trying to do later on. First of all, I want to know where you guys are from. I'd like to meet my audience. Where are you from, love?
We're from South London.
South London in the house. Good. I like that. So you're all from South London, yeah?
Yeah.
Amazing. What part?
Croydon.
That is rough. Bloody hell, man. Croydon, so even homeless people have bank accounts in Croydon. They do. I know Croydon very well. I know a couple of people, hey, how you doing? Give it up for Barbie and Ken. They just walked in. This guy's walking in, it's like a real Lafaria, isn't it? Like, yes, I'm going to see Lateef Lovejoy's one-man show, The Anecdotes of a Loveprince. Love it. So what's your name, sir? Nigel. Yeah. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest, but... Nigel. It's quite a good name. Is this your girlfriend here?
Yeah.
Good. Why is she sitting so far away from you?
Spread out.
Spread out. I bet that's what he says to you every night. That's cool. So I like to kind of get to know my audience. So what do you do first of all? Because you've got like a nice looking t-shirt there.
Oh, I go to university.
You go to university. What did you study?
Japanese.
The only thing I know is special fried rice. That's all I know. No, so Japanese is cool. Okay, that's quite interesting. Why Japanese though?
I did it at school, so I just thought I'd continue because I enjoyed it.
That's awesome. That's good. We'll give him a round of applause, man. Japanese, like, you know. As well as a comedian, I'm an actor. You know, people say that. People always think actors need to be instantly recognizable. Do you know what I mean? Like, well, I haven't seen you on anything. I've done a few things, right? One of the first major jobs I had was for a film called The Dark Knight, right? Which, as you guys probably know, was the original Batman. Yeah, you're looking very surprised. You know? Yeah, I was in that, yeah. They casted me as a prisoner. I know, it's quite a stretch. So I went to the TV audition, right? It was a lady called Lucinda Slyson, right, that was holding the audition. So it was a really long process. I auditioned like 6 times for the part. It was only a small little role. Then they called me and said they want me to go to Pinewood Studios to film a very scene. I know, amazing. So I got there, right? And it was amazing because I saw Christopher Nolan. He's a very kind of cool and collected director. He's like, okay, you sit there. Okay, position yourself right there. Okay, you're going to be in this scene. Can you come forward, Tiny? Okay, sit over there. Wonderful. You stay there. Don't move. Don't move. Good. Okay, Jonathan, you can stay. And he had everything so technical, right? And I had my lines, right? I had to say my lines, right? So my scene came up, right? And the assistant director was like, okay, Lateef, after 3, 2, 1, action. My lines were intimidating a security guard, right? In an American accent. So I was loving it. I was like, if you had any power, you put me on my ass right now, motherfucker. So step aside or I'm going to throw you aside because I ain't going out like no punk. Then he said, rap. And I thought, yes, because in film terms, rap means you finished and they were happy with your performance, right? So I was like, okay, cool. So post-production takes a long time, about 3-4 months. You got to wait for the film to be edited, to be dubbed properly, to be colored properly, right? So the film comes out and I'm like, yes. I told all my family and friends I'm going to be in a dark night. We went to Staples Corner Cinema in North London. Everyone came into the cinema. My scene came up. My line was this. That was it. Amazing. So, you know, welcome to Hollywood, you know. So it works. It's tough being an actor, man. It really is tough being an actor. So yeah, I've done quite a lot of other commercials as well. I don't know if you guys have seen me in a Pounds Pocket advert. We're all sitting by a table. I'm the black guy wearing glasses that goes 2,000, 2,000. They still haven't paid me. Yeah, so that's quite annoying as well, right? And people always kind of, you know, question, you know, what is your, you know, ambition as an actor? What do you want to do? And I tell them, you know, there's a growing film industry out there. It's called Nollywood. I know, when I say that, people just automatically laugh like, no, like Nigeria can never have a fucking film industry. There's far too much 419 in the country. No, it's true. There's actually a Nigerian movie industry called Nollywood, right, which is officially the 3rd biggest in the world. So my background's Nigerian. I'm really happy with that achievement. Do you know what I mean? But I watch a lot of Nollywood. And I've realised that the subject matter tends to be the same. It's always about love, adultery, poison, you know, a man having sex with his mum's sister, you know, that kind of stuff, right? and I'm really into like Hollywood stuff, right? I'm really into action hero stuff like the Avengers and Superman and Batman. I'm really into that, you know. But I just thought to myself, wow, I wonder if Nollywood would stretch their imagination so far as to having a Nigerian version of Superman. Yeah, you guys are thinking, no. Because I can just picture the scene out of one of the movies, right? Because first of all, I don't think the concept of a Nigerian Superman will even work. Because Nigerian people haven't got patience to be bus drivers, let alone superheroes, right? And I just pictured the movie. It wouldn't even be a feature-length film. It would just basically be a trailer, right? There would just be the Nigerian lady trapped up in a burning building 100 feet in the air, screaming for her life. Help! He would just be 100 feet down on the ground looking up at her. Look at this crazy woman. Jump! I can't jump. Fly up here and save me. So you want me to fly all the way over there and save you for free? I am not trying to be funny, but if you want to survive, can you please send down your account number, email address, and sort code? Yeah, I've been getting quite a few of those emails, unfortunately, you know. But yeah, but the film, you know, it's good. It's good to be an actor. It's good. It's creative. I like it. You know, do a lot of other stuff as well. You know, got a big family as well. Where your family from? India. Wow, 1 billion population. You guys are the inventors of intercourse. I love it, man. I love it, you know, because what it is I'm from, like, my mum, right? I'll talk about my mum a little bit, right? Now, like, my mum really wants me to get married because everyone in my family is married. It's kind of like Nigerian culture for everyone to kind of be married. Are you Nigerian at all?
Yeah, half Nigerian.
Yeah, so you probably know all about that, right? Now, I made a few recent mistakes. One of the main mistakes I made was showing my mum how to use Google search. Now, my mum is so eager for me to get married, she is basically going on Google search, downloading images of Nigerian women that she wants me to marry, then emailing me their fucking photographs. I am not making this shit up, right? Every single picture I get in my email box is always a picture of a Nigerian lady in a jungle standing next to a tree. Every picture, right? And if you don't believe me, I've actually brought a demonstration with me today, right? My mum miraculously thought that I would be attracted to this lady, right? This random Nigerian lady in a jungle, smiling, I don't know what, Jenny. She doesn't look like she's won the lottery, let's be honest, right? So she's smiling, and I'm like, I haven't got any physical attraction towards this lady. I mean, pretty sure she's a nice looking lady, but I haven't got any physical reaction. So I said to my mum, Mum, next time, if you really want me to get married, right, email me a picture of a Nigerian lady dressed in lingerie, wearing high heels, standing next to a cooker frying a steak. I'll marry her, you know? That's what I would, man. Because, you know, I analyse a lot of relationships a lot, right? And I've noticed online is running things right now, right? Have you noticed that? Online, everyone's dating online and stuff like that. Do you know anyone who's met online before?
Like Tinder's quite a big thing, isn't it? It's
Tinder. That's what it says on the Tinder. You know, because online is a new thing now, and it kind of makes things a little bit easier, you know, because I don't know how people managed to meet before the internet. That must have been hard, innit? They had to kind of probably choose their environments properly. Like nightclubs, you have to be very careful, right? Because the thing about nightclubs is there's no rules in nightclubs. You know, and you're laughing because you probably know what I'm talking about. Because in a nightclub, you can get extremely drunk, right? And get wasted, and somehow you can still walk up to a lady in a nightclub and start sounding like a pervert, right? You can do that because you're in a nightclub situation. You can do that 2 o'clock in the afternoon at a shopping centre, you know? That's harassment, isn't it? You know? Because basically, you can be in a nightclub, see a really hot-looking girl from across the dance floor, walk up to that girl and start whispering at her. Yeah, I've been watching you from across the dance floor, and I gotta say you look absolutely amazing. Let's go back to my studio flat, open up a bottle of wine, watch a DVD, take the night from there. What are you saying, darling? You can do that, innit? nightclub, right? Let's be honest, man. You couldn't do that same thing 9 o'clock Monday morning at Stratford Tube Station. You couldn't see a hot-looking girl on platform 16, walk up to her in the freezing cold, tap her on the shoulder, start whispering in her ear, "Ooh, yeah. I've been watching you from across the train platform. And that coat you're wearing looks really, really warm. Get on this next train to Kilburn. When you get to Kilburn, come out the station, walk up 250 yards, and I'll be waiting for you." You're more like a potential rapist. Telling you, man. And I'll tell you a bit, because my show is very anecdotal, so I kind of lay a lot of things bare. And the first thing people always ask me is, Lateef Lovejoy, your real name? I get that all the time, right? I'm going to put it out there. Lateef is actually my real name. It's my first name, right? But my dad is Nigerian. My dad named me. And the thing about Nigerian people is they kind of give their kids a lot of names, don't they? It's almost like they give kids all of these names in correspondence to how long they want their child to live. It's like, keep on adding these names. Now, on my birth certificate, my name is actually Abdul Lateef Abayami Abu. I know, exotic. But I thought, in this kind of industry, that's not really a very show business savvy name, is it? Like, if I was about to do a show, someone wants to come on and announce me on stage and say, "Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome our next act, Mr. Abdul Lateef Abayami Abu." At that moment, people wouldn't know whether to expect a comedian, the governor of Pakistan, the owner of a very expensive mosque, or a fucking suicide bomber. They wouldn't really know, would they? You know? And I grew this beard as well, right? I grew this long beard, and I grew it as a fashion statement, but people kind of interpreted it like, "Are you religious?" And I was getting a lot of this speculation. And I was at an internet cafe recently, right? And I had these papers, and I was scanning these papers through. And as I was scanning the papers through in the internet cafe, a guy that was behind the till looks at the paper, starts looking at me, looks at the paper again and says, "Your name is Lateef?" And I was like, "Yeah." Then he went, "That is an Arabic name." Then I said, "I know that." Then he went, "Are you a Muslim?" Then I said, "I could be." Then he said, "Well, you must be Muslim because you have a beard on your face that is bigger than your face." And let's be honest, man, there are a lot of people out there that have beards on their faces, you know, let's be honest. There are some convicted rapists and paedophiles that also have beards, innit? Doesn't make them Muslim. I don't know about you, but I've never seen a photograph of Rolf Harris in Saudi Arabia standing outside a mosque, you know, reading the Quran. Never seen it. Just haven't, you know. And even when I was going through American customs as well, because I was in America recently, I went through the customs and that caused a lot of issues because of my beard, right? And it was mad. Has anyone ever been to America? It's a crazy place, isn't it? Because when I got there, right, I got to New York and I saw these two guys, right, and I saw them from a distance. I couldn't actually hear what they were saying, right? But when they saw me, they suddenly knew that I wasn't from America, right? I saw them from a distance. It sounded like they were having a conversation like this. "Hey, yo, man, that guy don't look like he's from around here. I think we should try and say something to him, man. You know what I'm saying? I got a little bit of cocaine in my left pocket." "Yeah, I know, man. I got a little bit of weed in my right pocket." "Yeah, I know, man. So that weed you got in your right pocket, don't think that this guy might want to have a little bit of that weed, man. What you saying, man? Try getting some of those drugs." Then they came up to me. And they were like, "Hey, my man, how you doing, man? Now I got some weed in my left pocket. My homie's got some cocaine in his right pocket. And that cocaine he got in his right pocket got your name all over that motherfucker." And that's when I said, "Guys, to be honest, you lot are the worst airport security team." Rough in America, man. And you notice that America are the masters of commercial culture. You notice that, innit? It started from McDonald's. Like McDonald's now, it's gone into reality TV shows, man. Because you're laughing, man. Because I tell you what, a lot of the reality TV shows aren't very realistic. Right? I've been watching a lot of them, right? And have you noticed how many housewives are in America? You know, the Real Housewives of Atlanta, the Real Housewives of New Jersey, the Real Housewives of San Francisco, the Real Housewives of Detroit, the Real Housewives of California, the Real Housewives of Las Vegas. How many fucking housewives do you want to have? That's another one. And I've been watching that show, right? The Millionaire Matchmaker. You guys watch that?
Yeah.
You're loving it. You're loving it. Thinking, "I'm going to meet a very, very, not like that because you're not a man. But going to meet a very, very rich man one day. Because I tell you what, right? People always say money doesn't buy people love, and it doesn't buy people a lot of things, right? Because that show, watching it, is full of the most dysfunctional people I've ever seen. Doesn't matter how rich you are, right? They're dysfunctional. There was this one lady on the show that I watched, right? Oil tycoon, had a net worth of $4.5 million. Spent the entire episode complaining about the male attention she was getting, even though she was on a dating show. It's called The Millionaire Matchmaker, right? She kept on going, oh my God, this one guy sent me 10 letters saying he wants to see me naked. He knows the first name of every single member of my family. He sent me 5 email pictures of his penis. He is a stalker. And I'm thinking, he's not a stalker. He's just enthusiastic. That's all. Let's be honest, man. If I was a multi-millionaire worth $4.5 million and a female sent me 10 letters saying she wants to see me naked, knew the first name of every single member of my family, and sent me 5 email pictures of her vagina, that's not a stalker. That is a relationship. It is, man. Come on, man. What more would you want as a man? Do you know what I mean? It's not even the women. The women are all right on the show. It's the men I have a problem with, right? They live in these big mansions. Have you ever seen the show? You've seen it, right? Have you seen the places that they live in, right? Now they've got to make a video to the matchmaker, right? So then she can kind of put it towards all the potential people, right? In like a bar mitzvah situation, right? So they're at home, right? They're setting up all of their cameras at home, right? And they're looking down the lens, and these are the most annoying, arrogant people I've seen. They get on my nerves, right? Because they just boast about all their status, right? It's annoying because a lot of us are poor, let's be honest. She's laughing, so that confirms it. But that's what they do, innit? They look down the camera lens and they go, my name is Michael Rogers. I own an internet company, a real estate company, and a film production company. My net worth is $7 million. And I am here making this tape to find a date. Now I thought about that situation. I have a weekly travel card, have a Nando's loyalty pass, and have a current bank balance of £17.04, and I can still find a date. What the hell is your excuse? Do you know what you can do with £7 million? You can buy the Dominican Republic. Because I've been there, I've done the stats, man. That country is a ratio of 3 women to 1 man in the Dominican Republic. If you cannot find a date in that situation, use some of that money that you have to convert your penis into a vagina, right? That's what you should do. I'm being honest, man. Can you be worth like $7 million and not be able to find a date? I don't get that anyway. But a lot of reality TV shows are, they're not realistic. Again, some of them are comedy for me. Some of them I find entertaining. Like the ones we have in this country. There's a show I've been watching on BBC 3 called Sun, Sex and Suspicious Parents. You're laughing like you were one of those kids in that show. You were like, are you sure? Are you sure you wasn't in Magaloo for a dildo up your ass? Are you sure that wasn't you? Because that show is hilarious, that show, really. You know what I mean? Because it's like, if you haven't seen it, the concept of the show is basically, you've got all of these teenagers, like 16, 17, 18 years old, right? They take all of these drugs, right? They go on all of these vacations like Magaluf and Corfu and Cancun, right? Take all of these drugs, right? And get all this drunk and they have a real boozy time. And the production company contact the parents, and the parents fly out to the location to watch what the kids do on hidden camera. How funny is that? It's funny, isn't it? Like, that's why the show is called Sun, Sex and Suspicious Parents. Because they're going to be suspicious, aren't they? But when I thought about that, that show wasn't around when I was a teenager. Because when I was a teenager, to be honest, I didn't need sun or sex for my parents to be suspicious. Didn't need any of those things, right? I could just be in my bedroom with the music playing really loudly in the background. That's why my mum would walk into my bedroom like a forensics expert with a flashlight. She'd just walk in there, stuff, looking through everywhere, And then she would just say in a really strong Nigerian accent, I am here to locate the vagina. Where is the vagina? Where is she? Where is she? Where is vagina? Like vagina is the name of a woman, right? It's what she has, it's not her name. Right? And to be honest, there wasn't a girl in my room at the time. But I was masturbating to a Destiny's Child music video, which was amazing. Because whenever Beyonce came on my TV, I came on my TV. Yeah. I would never listen to Bootylicious the same again. He's appalled. He's like, oh my God. But you know what else really, really kind of annoys me as well is some of the women that I meet. Like, how did you guys meet, if you don't mind me asking?
Met at drama school.
Right, perfect. You met at drama school, right? Because then you had to interact, you had to talk to each other, get to know each other, kind of pretend to be a tree and you're a fish, and all that kind of stuff, right? Yeah, but that's cool, because that's what it's like, innit? At least you communicated. Everyone now is obsessed with WhatsApping, innit? You notice that? WhatsApp me, blood, WhatsApp me, fam, WhatsApp, text, annoying. Even when you meet girls, like, it's almost like, when you meet some women, right, they don't expect you to have a conversation with them in person. It's like it's an alter ego and they're kind of like texting all the time, right? I met this girl. Yeah, that's how I roll, people. I do meet women, right? And we started having this conversation. All of a sudden, she was really into texting me and not really talking to me, right? And I remember once she sent me a text saying she thinks I'm selfish because I only want to see her in my own time. I know. Like, what other time do you expect me to see you in? 1977. Like I'm gonna turn up at her house looking like John Travolta from Saturday Night Fever. You know what I mean? Then the one that really killed it afterwards was she said, well, just to let you know also, I have priorities in life that are more important than you, like my career, kiss, smiley face. Like that's supposed to make me feel better about that situation. So I told her the truth. And I said, well, I also have priorities in life that are more important than you, like your sister. Yeah, that's how it goes. Facebook. I love that. I call it crack book because I love it. I'm always on it. Right? But it's another way of some. This guy's looking like my Facebook stalker right now. He's like, but it's another way of you know, a lot of people just kind of misdirecting, like having people just don't want to talk. Everyone's into messaging now. And when I was in New York, after I met those two like strange guys, I was in a bar, right, and I met a lady from New York there. We was talking, having a conversation. And I said, look, I'm here for a couple of weeks, right? Do you mind if we exchange numbers, okay, and we can talk and go out? She said to me in a typical New York way, I don't usually give out my number to people that I don't know, but you can send me a message on Facebook. I know you're laughing, it's annoying, isn't it? So I thought, you know what, I'm going to send her a message. So I met up with her, went to a nice restaurant, right? And as we were walking past, she saw this massive window with a pair of shoes that she really liked, right? So when she saw the pair of shoes, she was like, oh my God, those shoes are beautiful. Are you going to be a real man and buy me those pair of shoes? And that's when I said, well, I don't usually buy pairs of shoes for girls that I've just met. But I can take a picture of them shoes and send it to you on Twitter. She's still waiting for that photograph. It's just never going to arrive, man. It's never going to arrive. It's a pleasure doing comedy, man. You know, it's good. You know, some people don't like their jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of do a lot of community work, right? And I got a call from my local council. And to cut a long story short, they wanted me to mentor some inner city kids in one of the roughest schools in South London. And I thought to myself, fuck me, I'm urban, but I'm not that fucking urban. I'm just not, right? Where I'm from, these kids would stab you for a zinger burger and shoot you for the entire meal, right? So I thought, you know what? I go to the gym. I'm not intimidated by these little kids, right? So I get to the classroom. I'm there for about 30 seconds. I just hear this voice. You know what? Yeah. I ain't even got no time for this nonsense, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because right now I've got withdrawal symptoms and I want to smoke a cigarette. So I'm going to put them all on the table and smoke them one by one. And I don't care if I get cancer, because a man like me is a motherfucking gangster. Yeah. And the last thing was, why is the science teacher speaking like that? It's just annoying, man. I didn't even want to go to the headmaster's office, man. Who could that headmaster be? Probably Dizzy Rascal and Drown. Just there saying, my mic's blood, my mic's blood. I just don't want that, man. It's long. You know what else is annoying as well? I got anecdotes about annoying people, especially when they're in your favourite restaurant, you know? Like Nando's, you're Indian, I'm pretty sure you like it. Okay, you might be vegetarian. I'm not assuming, but you might. Yeah, but I love Nando's, man. Like Nando's, great restaurant, right? Crap people that go there to eat. I don't like when someone compliments me but insults me in the same sentence. Why does this always happen in Nando's? I'm going to tell you a true story. I was in Nando's. I was sitting down. Some girl comes and sits next to me. First of all, starts staring at me in total shock. Then out of nowhere, she just went, "Oh my God, you look just like my boyfriend. He's in prison for rape." I know, like, what part of that was a compliment, right? You know what that's the equivalent to? That's the equivalent of me walking up to your girl and going, "Hey, you are fit. Just like the prostitutes that live on my street." I know, it's that equivalent. Okay, I'm not calling you a prostitute. I'm not calling you one. Don't worry. And I get very claustrophobic in public places. That's another thing that I like to talk about. I get claustrophobic. I like cinemas, but I don't like cinemas, right? Because there's nothing worse when you come into a cinema, right, and it is completely full, right? And there's one available seat left. Because you're thinking to yourself, who is going to come and sit in that seat? Who is going to come and sit in that seat, right? Because I don't like, when I'm watching like a horror movie, for example, the whole cinema is completely full of people. There's always that one weirdo that automatically comes in the cinema smelling like 1985. You know, shit all down his trousers, and he comes and sits there, right? And eats his popcorn really, really loudly, so it's in your ear. That's annoying, right? Because I was watching a film called You're Next, which is a horror movie, right? And there was a scene in the movie that was towards the end where the woman gets the murderer, right? She is stabbing the murderer in the neck. Blood is flying all over the place. This weirdo gets up and says this, and I quote, he went like this: "Poor blimey, look at all that blood. It looks like it's her time of the month." Why the hell would you say that? That's disgusting, right? You know what really appalled me more than anything else? I looked closely at him and I noticed he was wearing a badge that said cinema manager. Standards are dropping, people. You know, what job do you do, sir?
I work in production.
Production. See, that's a good, I like that job, right? It's not kind of business orientated as such, you know. It's not kind of like red collar or white collar, they call it. Yeah. I don't like that, because they do annoying things. They do cliche stuff when you work in an office, don't they? Like when you finish work, right? Why is it when you work and there's all of these stairs, you always get some cunt that's at the top of the stairs while you're at the very bottom of the stairs holding the door open for you, right? Thinking they're being convenient, because they're kind of like, "Oh, I'm being really convenient here." But meanwhile, you're at the bottom of the stairs, totally opposite thinking it. You're thinking, "Oh, for fuck's sake, now I'm going to have to do a 100-meter sprint up these flight of stairs, causing myself to have a semi-asthma attack to go through these set of doors that this guy's leaving open for me, so I don't look like an ungrateful wanker." I hate this person. That's how I feel about it, man. Don't like to be inconvenienced by people. And that's why I've got to talk about my family a little bit. Certain members, you're laughing already, like this is going to be funny. Certain members of my family, they don't have to go, but they need to go, if you know what I mean. You know, especially like the younger members of my family. I've got a little cousin of mine who's obsessed with Kanye West. Obsessed with Kanye West, right? But he's also obsessed with bootleg products. I know. He came to my house wearing a t-shirt called Kanye East. I'm like, no, mate, it's Kanye West, right? And you know, like when you get people mimicking the hip-hop culture, but they just don't do it accurately, so this becomes annoying. Like if you're going to be a gangster, be a real gangster, innit, fam? Like talk like this, innit? Don't try and do it in a way that ain't gangster. My cousin does it in a way that's not gangster. Like even when he speaks to me, the first thing he does for some strange reason is put his hands on his genitalia. Like he's actually checking for testicular cancer. He's standing there with his hand on his genitals, juggling his balls like he's in a circus act. And he just goes to me, yeah. Tell your mum the cake she baked was nice. You don't need to hold your penis to let me know that. Like even when he walks, he actually looks like he's giving a midget a piggy bank in slow motion. He's like, yeah. And I get to the end before I stop walking. Yeah, fam. I know, fam. I know what, yeah. Yeah, fam. I'm gonna keep on walking. I don't care. Yeah. Oh my days, this is a bad boy walk. Man, you don't know this guy, fam. Yeah. And I used to work as a residential support worker, man, and this kid needs a social worker. tell you what I've done recently is I actually gave him an iPhone that I don't use, right? Now, my little 16-year-old cousin scares the fuck out of me with the iPhone, right? I'm in my room, it is pitch black, right? He turns the light on the iPhone on. I'm sleeping in my bed. He walks up to me, shines the iPhone light on me, and when I say walk, same walk again, yeah, blood. All my days I'm gonna get to the bed when you're sleeping, fam. Yeah, blood. Yeah, blood. So he shines the iPhone light on me, stands there for about a couple seconds. Then he just goes, why are you sleeping? Why are you always sleeping? Don't you know that sleep is the cousin of death? Who the hell says that, right? But he forgot that I was a comedian, so I had the perfect response. And I said, well, you're 16 years old and weigh 19 stone. Don't you know that sugar is the father of diabetes? He baked me a cake after that as well. Walked into my kitchen. Yeah. Fam, I'm gonna bake him a cake. And the thing is, right, I don't know about you, but don't you think like some teenagers are a bit too opinionated for their own good, right? Especially nowadays, isn't it? Like I bought these pair of shoes recently. Not these ones, but I bought a pair of, okay, they were a little bit extravagant, right? I don't care, that's what I do, right? Bought this pair of shoes. He comes into my kitchen when I'm cooking, right? I'm cooking, he comes into my kitchen. Like, yeah, blood, yeah. So he stands there, right? And starts looking at my feet. And I'm like, why is this little 16-year-old guy looking at my feet? What's wrong with my feet? Then he says this, you see those shoes you got on your feet, yeah? They look a bit gay. What the hell is a bit gay? I have friends who are homosexual. I haven't got friends who are a bit gay. Like, they wake up on a Friday, I'm going to be gay on Saturday. This doesn't work, innit? Like, could you imagine that, like, literally, right? Someone being a bit gay? How funny would that? That would be like a comedy sketch show, right? That's like a gangster from the East End of London walking into McDonald's going, right, give me 2 Big Macs, 2 large fries, and a chocolate milkshake. Get that for me right now, you mug, because if you bloody don't, there's gonna be trouble. That's my only definition for a bit gay. It really, really is, man. You know. And he's kind of put me off a lot of things, because I'm thinking if you're 16 years old, right, you know, you haven't really achieved much. The only thing you've really done at 16 years old is been given a national insurance number coming out of your mum's vagina and being legally allowed by the government to go back inside another vagina. That's your life achievements at 16, right? It's like, and it's made me analyse a lot of popular culture. Now, I'm into a lot of the music of today and now. I do a lot of musicals as well. But I wasn't acting, I do a lot of musical theatre. I've done a show called Dancing in the Streets a couple years ago. It was a Motown show. So it was all tunes from back, you know, tunes that your mum might probably like, you know, Bollywood version, but then, you know, that kind of thing. But it's nice, right? Because your mum loves that music, I'm pretty sure too, right? She's all that generally slightly racist, but hey, can't be, I'm black. But anyway, but they got real songs, Motown, you know? They've got real music. Lyrical content is real, like the Temptations, right? Real songs, man. Have you ever heard that song, Ain't Too Proud to Beg? I know you're gonna leave me, but I refuse to let you go. If I have to beg and plead for your sympathy, I don't mind it, cause it means that much to me. Ain't too proud to beg. That's real music. Some of the music today is shit. Like Pharrell Williams, I love him, right? But I've been listening to that tune Happy. And I've listened to that tune like more than 25 times to come to the conclusion that the song Happy lyrically doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Have you heard the song Happy? Cause I'm happy, clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Hold on a minute, mate. If I lived in a room that didn't have a roof, I'm not gonna be fucking happy. I'll be asking my landlord, why am I paying £800 a month to catch pneumonia? I'm not going to be singing about dying, you know what I mean? When I've analysed a lot of the music today, right, I kind of get to the conclusion that a lot of the song titles, it's almost like they're trying to make a song make sense but not make sense with the song title. Like it's a random song title they have. That's the thing now, you know, a song like Chandelier. right? It's very kind of obscure, right? You know, how do you know, chandelier? Then you've got Bruno Mars, who had that song called Grenade, right? It's an interesting song title, but it's kind of a weird one, isn't it? Like, grenade. I catch a grenade for you. No, you weren't, mate. It's a fucking grenade. Unless you're a suicide bomber, you've got no reason to be catching a grenade. And that's an actual song, right? And it's almost like, the further you go down into people like his back catalogue of music, the more you start realising how weird and strange the song titles become as well. It might be creative, but I still think they're a bit strange. Like the Lazy Song. Why would you have a song called The Lazy Song? Remember that one from Bruno Mars? Today I don't feel like doing anything. You don't need to, mate. You're a multi-millionaire. You know what you should do? You should try singing that same song at the Brixton Job Centre. You will get stabbed in the face. And he's got another song called Billionaire. That was a massive song. Remember that one that was all over the radio? Billionaire everywhere, billionaire, billionaire. It was a really, really big song, right? And it kind of annoyed me because I thought it was a really kind of self-indulgent. You know, I just didn't like the lyrics of Billionaire at all. Like, I want to be a billionaire so fucking bad. Buy all of the things I never had. What the hell are you trying to buy? Spain? You know what I mean? I won't be happy with £1 million, man. I don't care, man. If I have £1 million, I'll retire, I'll be happy, right? To cut a long story short, what I'll basically do for £1 million is sweep the streets of London naked during the Notting Hill Carnival singing Wake Me Up Before You Go Go. And I'm thinking for £2 million, I'll do the same routine with my dad. Whether it be outside Notting Hill Gate Tube Station playing the bongo drums, that's when I walk up to innocent tourists with my genitals exposed going, you put the boom boom back in my heart. So I'll do, man. I wouldn't tell you what I'd do for £3 million because that would be pornographic. So I have to leave that bit alone, you know what I mean? It is a privilege being a singer though, get to travel a lot, get to tour a lot. Comedy's quite similar in a way as well as a singer, you know, in terms of the travelling aspect. You know, have you done any tours and stuff before and that? You know, no acting tours. But you, darling, you've done any acting tours? No? Because you do that a lot in comedy. You travel quite a lot. You go to a lot of places that you wouldn't ordinarily visit. Like I went to Oxford recently, and that place is bloody posh, man. I mean, I'm not gangster, but that place is too. You know how posh Oxford is? Even the beggars sound like this.